any cost.
Jack, it's
And
not
the
power I
streets
want.
are small, you know.
What I wanted to take back from the Patriots
Wall
are things
Street,
like
the
freedom,
streets are like
civil
tiny.
rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country.
My mom used to work on Wall Street,
Everything
so-
that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. Jack,
Funny story.
listen to me.
She said
We're
one
all
day
born
she was
with an
coming home from
expiration
work
date.
and she tripped and she
No
fell.
one lasts forever.
And she looked up and she see a
Life
man.
is nothing but a grace
An old
period
white man
for
with
turning the
wings,
best of our genetic
standing
material
on a
into
light
the
pole.
next generation.
And she looked around and she said that nobody was
The
paying
data
attention
of
to
life
him.
is transferred
Then
from
he
parent
says
to
to her,
child.
hello.
That's
And
how
she
it
says,
works.
how are you? He says, I'm good.
But we have no
And she
heirs,
got up and
no
she
legacy.
walked away. And
We brothers are
he
called
freaked out
les
about
enfants
it.
terribles,
And I think
cloned from our father,
a
with the
couple
ability
of
to
weeks
reproduce
later,
conveniently
he was in a
engineered
commercial
copies.
for like a Bank of
What is
America
our
or
legacy
something.
if we cannot pass the torch?
She thought she saw an
Proof
angel.
of
I
our
don't know.
existence, a mark of some sort.
That's how crazy New York is. And I've seen the worst.
When the torch is passed on from
I've seen
parent
the
to
worst and
child,
worst on the trains.
it extends beyond
New
DNA.
York is,
Information is
New York
imparted as well.
It's crazy. But get your popcorn and you'll get a show wherever you go.
All I want is to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That
I gotta look that word up, intron.
My
Let me
mark
look that
in
word up
history.
right now.
But the Patriots would deny us even
Intron.
that.
Intron. Let me look that word up. That's an
I will
interesting
triumph
word.
over the
Intron, he said he
Patriots.
wants to be an extron.
And liberate us all. And we will become the Sons of Liberty!
And here goes the creepy stuff again.
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of
An
consciousness
intron
formed
is a
layer by layer
nucleotide
in the crucible of the
sequence
White
within a gene
House.
that is removed
It's not
by
unlike the way
RNA
life
splicing
started in the oceans 4
during-
billion years ago. The White House
I
was
thought
our
that said
primordial
masturbation.
soup,
Mastration
a base of
the
evolution.
final RNA product. I have no
We
idea what that is.
are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're
I'm
immortal,
itchy.
why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century.
And the
As a
thing is,
result,
that's
the
one
evolutionary
person
log of the
speaking, I
human
believe.
race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
Whatever
What do you
happened to
mean?
this whole
Human memories,
ploy?
ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain
I gotta
any
play
record of
4.
human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty
Hairy
issues,
nuts.
misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state,
This was
growing at an
2001
alarming rate.
before, you know,
It will only slow down
development
social
of
progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Juxtaposition.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species.
That is true.
Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang,
But with a whimper.
but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce,
Yeah,
retrieve
that's
valuable
funny, man.
truths, and even interpret their meaning
Sea
for
of
later
garbage.
generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
That's not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that it would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap.
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on
that's true.
something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth.
That's
in
what
order
I
to make
actually I
yourself
took
feel
that and I
better.
tried my best to
Leaving
live by that
behind in
principle
an
from this
instant
game.
the so-called
That
truth you
if
once embraced.
I'm wrong,
Should
I'm
someone
wrong.
like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age
That's
of
right.
digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Building a legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now we think for you.
We are your
That is true.
guardians, after all.
I don't
You
look
want to
up
control
information, I just go to
human
Wiki.
thought, human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be
Okay,
to
while
us?
they're yammering,
The
I gotta go
S3
take a
plan does
whiz.
not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is Selection for Societal Sanity.
Wow. Don't stop now.
The
Okay,
S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness. S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method. We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof. Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me.
Okay, this
The
is
only
a
time you
long
did was when I
cutscene,
gave
man.
you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to.
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear,
Long cutscene.
the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It
Now, this is what
occurred
I
to you
wanna
to
know.
do nothing but look out for yourself.
Whole time they're
Even if you
speaking,
claim that it was for my
what was
sake, that
Solidus
feeling
doing?
was
Like,
nowhere to be seen. In the end,
Hey, what am I gonna do
everything was for
later
your
on?
sake.
Okay, this plan is
I was
kind of
never
screwed
part
up.
of the picture.
I mean, okay, we just landed here in Wall Street.
Exactly
Should
right.
I go down
So
to
you
one of
see,
those stands and get
you're
a hot dog or some
perfect
peanuts?
representative of the masses
Taking
we
a
need
show,
to protect.
go to the museum,
This is why we chose
Brush up
you.
on, you know, some
You
history. I don't
accepted the
understand. What is he
fiction we've
doing?
provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW was still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money,
I don't know.
but it was well worth it
I'm just gonna see
considering
what
the
he
results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise.
Not sure how I
Raiden,
feel about that.
take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight.
I'm behind.
Then we'll consider the exercise closed.
Showing me his kitchen.
So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation?
I don't know.
Our beloved monsters. Enjoy yourselves.
Alrighty. Let's go, Solidus. Me and
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need
Tell
to
me about it,
decide
man.
which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival. By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents.
He's like, yes, you know that ice cream that you enjoyed that day? And you got sick?
I
was the
claimed you
one
for
who
my
made
own
you
and
ice
raised you as a
cream.
soldier in the army of the devil. I'm your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating
that time
history,
you woke
Jack.
up
Liquid and
gagging,
Solid hunted down Big
vomiting?
Boss, trying to
That's because
sever
I
the
gave
tie
you
that
a
bound them
gut
to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop. Your own double helix.
Double helix.
It's time
Using
we were both
Heelys
free.
and having a helix phone, I think. I forgot what it's called. Alright, let's go. Woo, look at them childbearing hips, like Xena.
I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they formed.
And the birds. How poetic.
Brace yourself.
I don't know if I could do this the first time. Yeah, I only got one ration. Nothing else. What else do I got? Digital camera, dog tags, some bandages. Ooh, it's burning me. Gotta jump. Jump. Roll. Do that. Fire. See, this is like the weakest battle ever.
What's wrong with you?
Listen, I'm fighting you barehanded. Oh, damn. Oh,
Is that the best you can do?
oh, dude. Swung me around. Little Nancy. Oh, crap.
Quit playing around. Is that the best you can do?
Crap. He had me boxed in. There's nothing I can do. Just kill me. Just kill me. I'll get in here and die. He had me boxed in. There's nothing I can do. Guess he's gonna harvest his brain.
Is that the best you can do?
Oh.